Hey, friendos. We are going to take on Absorbing Man with leadership, Quicksilver, Solo Champions League 902. I'm going to do Standard 1, Expert 1, and I'm going to use the deck that I've just kind of found is the most consistent, which is a deck that uses Emergency Teleporter to pull out Goliath and builds up Goliath and then can one turn kill, go straight through to the third stage of Absorbing Man in one turn and just finish him off. Um, Played around with a bunch of other decks, but I've just kind of found this is the one that is the most consistent. So let's get our initial hand. Interesting. So we have definitely um, we have one too many double resources at the moment. We do command team, get Adam Warlock out, and then activate Adam Warlock and choose one of the above. So we could actually not cycle anything. With this deck, the urgency is actually not super high on digging for stuff. It's, good to get your +1 thwarts and your +1 attacks and stuff out, but at the same time just kind of getting useful allies out and being able to do stuff is also extremely valuable. Um, so I'm almost inclined to get Adam Warlock out, take a little bit of damage from an attack, keep Adam Warlock for a second activation on the next turn, and then go. And then I've already got Command Team out, so I've already got one of my activations ready. So let's do that. We'll call that. We're not even gonna mulligan anything. We'll flip Pietro. We'll bring out Command Team, put 2 counters on it, and get rid of that. We'll bring out Adam Warlock for 3. We will thwart, use this to activate Adam Warlocks, choose one of the above abilities. We'll use that to remove 3 threat from a scheme. So that one goes. I'll activate Quicksilver once, and then he untaps. Activate Quicksilver again, he untaps. Oh no, he doesn't untap the second time, sorry. And then finally, we'll use the emergency teleporter to go grab Goliath. Emergency teleporter has the ally come into play with toughness. So we can use that for an extra block if we ever really need it. Usually we only have 2 activations out for Goliath. Sometimes we get 3. Sorry, 2 extra. So sometimes we get up to 4, and then we actually need the extra health and the toughness. So that is everything. Oh, there's 3 of these, sorry. And that was turn 1. Okay. So next turn, we can bring out Maria Hill and the extra thwarting. That's not bad. And we'll have something to power Adam Warlock if we really want. So villain phase, our villain turn 1. Put a delay counter on. He's going to attack. I'm just going to block. First, that's 2. Plus 1 is 3. Minus 1 for defense is 2. So I'm down to 7. I untap for my 1 activation per phase. Get our encounter card. Surge, exhaust your identity. Of course, super annoying card. And Absorbing Man attacks you. If Absorbing Man has the stone trait, which he does not, he gets +1 attack. So he's going to attack, I think, to avoid having to deal with um, this nonsense, right? So after, no, not that one, sorry. Undefended attack. This is what I was looking for. We don't want that to happen. So we're going to block with Adam Warlock. Kind of sucks, but we're going to do it. That was a good one to block. And that was turn 1. So turn 2, Quicksilver is tapped. I guess we'll see what pops out of Maria Hill to see if we might want to use and always be running here. So Maria Hill comes into play. So getting hyperperception down is really good. It lets us do a lot of work with our thwarting. Like we can flip and thwart. And, you know, based on the current state of affairs, it might almost be a good idea just to do it now. If I did that, I could actually maybe dig for something else. Like I'd love to get a double resource so I can get power gloves out, but like what have I seen so far? I've seen all those double resources. The only thing that I could find that would let me do it is the band together one. Which is pretty unlikely. This is annoying. So, I think I want to get the hyperperception down. The question is, do I want to keep anything else for next turn? And do I want to flip? So flipping is going to slow everything down, but just kind of keep everything safe. Right, or I could activate with Marie Hill, take 1 threat, just use her to block, and keep on going. I guess I actually also have to pay for my hyperperception. So what do I want to keep? This is worth 2 thwart. This is worth 3 to 4 extra damage at the end. And I know I'm going to need the extra thwart, right? So that's basically the idea. Okay, so I'm going to do this to pay for this, and I'm going to flip, delay a turn here. White Tiger, team training. Okay, I'm liking this. So turn 2 gets delay counter. He schemes. Gets a tough. And he gets a +1, so he gets 3. Encounter card. That sucks. Well, I want that thwart more than I want the command team. I've got other command teams. So I'll take caught off guard and So White Tiger is going to get me 2 cards back, cost 3, so that'll be 4 cards in hand. Might be able to dig for a Power of Leadership. Right, so I've got 1 more Power of Leadership and a Band together in my deck. So not super high chance if I dig for it. So let's say I just played this hand out as is. White Tiger would get me, so I would have 4 cards left. I could then Team Training and Honorary Avenger, which would, the Honorary Avenger wouldn't really do anything. I mean, I always would love to get this Reinforced Sinew out. So I think let's use Pietro's ability to ditch these 2 cards. And okay. It doesn't change much actually. The return from White Tiger is basically the same as Nick Fury when you're on stage 2. Do I want to heal? I do not think I want to heal. I think I just want to thwart and move forward here. Is that extra tack better than Team Training right now? I'm not going to get any extra activations out of Team Training. So then there's another Team Training in there. So I think the extra attacks are worth more for me. So I think we do this. So we go White Tiger. One, two, three, four. Oh, no, I just need 3. So extra activation, sure. Wait a second. So now if I draw something that gives me resources in my 2 cards I draw, neither of these can be targeted by those. Well, this could be targeted by band together. So do I have anything else I could do, right? If I kept Team Training and then the 2 cards I draw still doesn't do it. So I basically have to draw band together to be able to play both those cards. Okay. I can play Def Focus to get Reinforced Sinew out. That's not bad. So Def Focus, tap, get Reinforced Sinew out. White Tiger is 2. Rhea Hill. We'll do this for 2. White Tiger. We'll do this for 2. Quicksilver will get rid of Tough, untap, and attack for 2. We deal with that threat later. And we've got 2 blockers. Got lots of sinew. I think we're pretty good. Just might be a bit slow. Turn 6, pretty realistic. Okay, we got our band together. Won't even bother with friction resistance. So one threat, one delay counter. And Maria Hill will block this. Stone or wood? Has wood. I am stunned. Well, poop. And encounter card. You are stunned. Has ice, does not. I'm already stunned. That does nothing. Okay. So turn 4 on the hero side. So I'm stunned, which means I'm going to want to thwart first and then attack to clear the stun. White Tiger's sitting there, band together. I guess I mean, I can... So I can move stuff forward for 4 with double time. I mean, I can get 2 friction resistances out, right? So if I do 1, 2, 3, I can get a double time out, and then I can still do a stun. So that would be for 4. We'll just do 4 damage. 1, 2, 3, 4. This thing's not an attack, so the fact that I'm stunned does not matter. Then I will thwart for 1, 2, untap. That untaps friction resistance. I will use Speed Cyclone with friction resistance to stun him. I will tap to attack and clear my stun. White Tiger is backup block. We're at 8, where we need... We've got 2 command teams in the discard. There's 3 in the deck. So we need a command team and a Sky Cycle to come out relatively soon. Otherwise, things seem to be relatively in hand. So advance, or put your phase 1 or whatever it's called. Got 4 delay counters. Goes to attack. He's stunned, so now that comes off. And encounter card for the turn. So he engages me and then attacks with +3. I mean, I guess I'll just block and then untap. Okay, we got a Sky Cycle. Turn 5. So really we just need to get the command team out next turn and we're good. Definitely need that Sky Cycle out. So Sky Cycle can come out with a first friction resistance. Def Focus and a second friction resistance does maximum velocity. No, but we really want an ally out for blocking. I think what I really want to do actually is do some card cycling and try to get that last untap. So I think I can use Quicksilver to clear the Badoon Assassin and then flip and heal. Probably bring Spidey out, but something else might happen. Get Sky Cycle out. maybe cycle. Okay. So that's what I think that's what I want to do. So I'm going to go. Oh, sorry. I'm going to sky cycle, use friction resistance. I'm going to attack to defeat this. My free ready friction resistance comes back. Friction resistance is, unfortunately, oh no, just the hero response. So I can now flip and cycle Power Man and target acquired. I got Spidey for 1 now. Team training, I'm not going to get that extra activation, so it doesn't matter, but team training would let me get an extra activation out of White Tiger, which is not as good as maximum velocity. So we'll keep maximum velocity. 1, 2, 3. Spidey attacks for 4. And we'll call that turn 5. Okay, so we did not find... We might be able to come up with enough damage to do it anyway. Not looking good though. I might have to wait all the way till turn 7. So schemes. Place 1 threat on the main scheme for every 2 delay counters. Oh, sorry. If there are 5 more delay counters, there are. Take 1 indirect damage. Oh. I meant to heal. Wait, did I? Okay, I didn't heal. So now I take my 1 direct damage for that, and I get 2 threat added. My encounter card. Alter Ego. Place 2 threat on the main scheme. If he's metal, 3. Okay, 2. So before we do anything else, we want to cycle to see. So we are probably not going to use target acquired. Probably not going to use target acquired. Not going to use sky cycle. So only 1 extra activation for that. Okay, well, let's see if we can actually finish it off this turn. So let's see how this works. Absorbing Man has 4 health. Other side is 16, so that's 20. I have 6 threat to deal with, so that's 26. So I need 26 things. Maximum velocity brings me up to 4 per activation of anything. And I can have, with always be running, I can have 3 activations, so that's 12. So I need 14 more. Goliath on his own does 10, so I need 4 more. White Tiger and Spider-Man finish that off. I can bring out Stinger for extra, Inspired to save a little bit of extra health. Okay, so we've got lethal here. What do? We flip. We can use depth focus and friction resistance to bring out this initial maximum velocity. We get an attack for 1, 2, 3, 4. So we, come on, defeat the villain. He's at 16. Untaps after his first activation and friction resistance untaps. We'll do a second activation to take 4 off there. We can then use friction resistance to always be running and untap. We can do third activation for 4 damage. White Tiger can finish off that threat. And she goes. If we put Inspired on Goliath, he has 12 damage now. So he can finish it off. He'll have 4 health. Spidey will have 2, and Stinger comes out with 2. We'll just be sitting on some power of leadership here. So, first activation of Goliath, he has 4, 5, plus 1 is 6. So first activation, take off the tough, 6 damage, Sky Cycle to untap. Second activation finishes it off. Game ends before consequential damage happens. So we have 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 15. So that's 6 turns. Clear board and 15 health.